Hello YouTube, this video is all about the anomalies that I've heard in ABBA's song I Have a Dream. I have three versions of I Have a Dream. I have one on ABBA Gold, on the original ABBA Gold CD, so that's dating from about 92. I have one on the digital remasters of Voulez. That is this one, okay. Not the 24-bit remasters, just the digital remasters that were done in the 90s, okay? And I also have, if some of you have seen my Bargain Records video, the Voulez album, but I've only just got that. I did buy that record as about a 10-year-old or something like that, but as I say, that's the first time in years and years and years that I've actually had a vinyl copy. Because, as you can appreciate, as a 10-year-old, I think I battered and scratched every album I ever had. So, having got that out of the way, my ABBA Gold one is ripped onto my MacBook, and I'm not actually sure where the actual CD is. So I haven't been able to do very much detailed listening on there. Suffice to say that the stereo positions on ABBA Gold are different from the digital remasters, and the digital remasters are different from the vinyl. The vinyl one hides most of the mistakes better. All right. The one I ripped makes the anomalies much clearer if I listen on headphones on the MacBook rather than from the iPod. The iPod tends to degrade the sound a fair bit, actually, when you do a sort of a side-by-side comparison. So the anomalies that you're hearing now will be more or less evident depending on which version you've got. On the original ABBA Gold CD, there's a very evident dropout in the left channel at 4 seconds in. It's acoustic guitar gets cut out for a moment or two. It feels like for a second or two that the sound has just warped into your right ear. On other versions, it sounds like a volume drop. As I say, the stereo positions are different on the three versions of I Have a Dream that I've got, and the Voulez digital CD version, if you're listening on headphones, you'll hear a volume drop somewhere sort of top right of your head, if you pardon the analogy. On the vinyl on headphones, it's round about there. Much harder to hear on vinyl. As I say, the ABBA Gold version is the one to go for here. When Frida sings the word dream, there are two guitar strums behind there, and the second one is actually very heavy, and at that point there is an edit between two takes of the guitar, and there is some slight speed instability as well. Best heard, as I say, on the ABBA Gold CD. Now, at 18 seconds, out of phase, there's quite a loud sort of noise as Frida sings the word song to sing. In phase, it sounds like sibilance. Similarly, at 32 seconds, during the line, if you see the wonder, especially on the word see, out of phase, there's quite an evident edit there in the vocal take. In phase, that comes across as sibilance. I'm not quite sure why, but the following anomaly is only audible on the digital remaster of Voulez. I've not heard the gold version in out of phase, but certainly the vinyl version, I can't hear this anomaly at all. But as Frida sings the word fail, there's a very prominent edit there, and it's even if you fail, and it doesn't show up at all when you play it in phase normally. And I think it's probably because, as one of my sayings goes, reverb covereth a multitude of sins. I think you could probably get away with taking that word, applying a little bit of reverb to the first bit, and it would join the two together without any sort of problem. A bit of digital delay or something like that. Because I think even in 79 they would have been using digital delay. This one's a very strange one because ABBA's bass players tended to be extremely good, and to leave this anomaly in where a bass note is stumbled over, it's like he's sort of falling over his fingers as he's going down the scale on the original entry of the bass. Audible on all versions. What were you thinking, ABBA, leaving that one in? It would have been easier just to do it again. I'm not sure whether this is actually an anomaly or not, but as Frida sings something good in everything I see, the thing I is slightly wobbly. Whether it's a dodgy tape machine, whether it's yet another edit, or whether or not she actually meant to be wobbly on that, I don't know. Now, there's actually a very clean edit done, but it's still an edit at 1 minute 14 seconds where the solo part of the song then joins into the band backing bit. If you're listening to the ABBA Gold version, in the left channel is for a split second there's a little bit of a volume dip, but other than that it's just a fairly clean edit. It is audible out of phase as well. On Super Trooper, Frida tends to lose some of her last consonants, and again she does here on Destination and Darkness. Now with Destination, on some of the mixes they sort of blend her into the backing vocals, and sort of half of the Shon bit just disappears into the backing vocals. Dark Nay they tend to leave, but I think on the Voulez version they might have edited off a S from a backing vocalist and sort of tried to make it appear as if Frida was actually saying it. But certainly on the out of phase version that I'm going to try and play at the end of this video if I ever stop talking, Dark Nay and Destination are clearly audible. Right, again, I don't know why ABBA left this on, but two instances of absolutely terrible distortion. As Frida sings the word believe, she is obviously overloading the tape, and I don't know why they didn't either put a tiny bit more compression on her voice to start with, or work the faders a bit better to sort of reduce her level as she's singing those words. Another bass edit now, at 2 minutes 5 seconds, again just about audible in all versions, but especially the ABBA Gold version. There's a thud in the bass. It comes in slightly out of time, out of sync here. Final anomaly that I've heard is during the children's verse where they sing the word cope. Now, there's a clangy sort of click during that word. I was listening to this last night on headphones on the Voulez version, and I actually had to turn around to see whether or not someone had walked into the room. It's that clear.